We have been suffering since about more than 60 years a communist attack promoted by Cuba. Cuba trained guerrillas in the 70s, but we have three different guerrillas beforehand: FARC, ELN, EPL, and then M19, who got trained in Cuba by Fidel Castro. We have been fighting against them, and when President Uribe arrived into power in 2002, we had 30,000 people killed per year, which was, it was the biggest amount we had in history. After Uribe, he recovered the country, he returned the security for the people, and the people could work again. So after him came President Santos, and Santos betrayed Uribe and decided to sign a peace accord with FARC. And currently we have FARC in Congress, legalized, and FARC still violent in rural areas and split in two different movements. And we have again ELN empowered, and we have EPL who was destroyed completely. Again, all of them fighting for the cocaine routes. The cocaine, all the routes get into Venezuela or through the Pacific. And today they are doing a strike because they want to change the elections. The elections are next year in March. They want to twist the country up, and they want to take advantage of it. Look what happened in Peru. In Peru, the Foro de Sao Paulo, which is the leftist global group that changed elections and trapped countries, acted in Peru, and they're doing so in Colombia. And this is a global problem because you're facing almost the same here, the same riots, but here you don't have the money from the guerrilla, the cocaine money. They are promoting them. It's amazing because all this is impunity. The peace accord gave, child rapists, the horrible terrorists that had more than 400 years to be in jail. They are now in Congress, and in their Twitter they promoted, because they said that the government is dictatorship, the government is commit genocide. So all of this is a strategy of inverting, of twisting upside down the truth. That's what the communists do. What is really amazing is that they got 180 fake news through the media. And in 3 days, the international human rights organizations got back attacking our police, to defund the police, to change the police. So it's the same guidance of what they're doing around the world. They want power. So at this moment, they are working on promoting juvenile, like frontline, like the Antifas. We have the same Antifas there as here. We have the same symbols. So they want to promote it, but what happened is that the rural war changed after the peace accord into an urban war. These youth are trained through guerrillas. These are militia, but they are uncovered as being juvenile protesters. Cali was like Kosovo war. They blocked different neighbors, and nobody could even go out to buy even sugar, essential food. Nobody. The ambulances were stopped. There were 2 babies who died because they couldn't get into the hospitals. Oxygen for COVID patients couldn't get because they blocked the port. From Cali to the Pacific Ocean is 2 hours. Our main port is Buenaventura. They block it. So if you see it in a map, they do a war of blocking the movement of the people, controlling the territory. But the problem is that our government lasts too long to take the decision to remove the blockades, and mayors are playing the role. Mayors take advantage of the blockades to ask money for the central government, and if you keep a blockage, all the companies fall down. They broke up. For example, Cali's mayor are trying to legalize it through a decree, saying that this is like a pacific manifestation and they can have it. And it's completely a violent behavior. But it's exactly, look, if you have that shack place that they built in Seattle, it's the same, but with drugs, with prostitution. You have all the bad behavior among it, and no authority at all. If we don't understand that this is a global threat for you in the US, for every one of us to lose our freedom, we will lose it. We have to know that the head of this is Foro de Sao Paulo, which has been built by Lula da Silva and Chavez, former Hugo Chavez, who's already dead. So they did this, and they created the International Progressists. So all these former presidents who most of them were condemned in jail for corruption, created a group to distort the Latin American countries, to change it and to move it to socialism of 21st century. But that's communism with another coverage. It's pure Marxism.